So you want to change the oil on your Cadillac CT4 2.0 four-cylinder. Let's get it done. So I'm sure you already know that the filter cap is right here and the dipstick is right here. If you don't, now you do. So all the business end of it is going to be under the car, and the oil filter is basically going to be right below where this dipstick is on the underside. And the interesting part of this oil change is going to be the pan drain bolt, as it were. And boy, you're in for some fun now. So let's get the car raised up off the ground so we can get up under it. Let's make sure we keep it level so that the oil drains properly. And once you got that done, then we're ready to get started. So as you can see, there's the oil filter. I'm coming directly in from the front of the car. So there's your oil filter, there's your oil drain pan. And as I'm looking around it, I'm not seeing a drain plug like what I'm accustomed to. In fact, I went online and looked it up, and the owner's manual doesn't show the drain pan or speak about the drain plug. So common sense told me that that's it right there, but I've never seen anything like that before. And if you just stick a 1/4-inch drive ratchet in there and turn it just a little bit, it will come loose. And unlike your typical oil drain plug, it's not threaded with a whole bunch of threads. So I suggest you have your car raised up where you can have your drain pan directly up under it as you're starting to loosen it, because you only get 2 turns and the oil pan will drop out, and so it can get ugly in the floor of your garage if you're not prepared for that. But other than that, this is probably one of the easiest oil changes that I've ever done. It's easy access to the oil filter, and like I said, you only need a 1/4-inch drive. You don't even need any kind of a socket or anything. You know, it's lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, pretty simple stuff. Just be prepared. And I had already taken the oil filter out and changed it before I touched the oil pan, so there was less oil in there to drain out, but it will surprise you if you're not ready for it. So if you're going to your local AutoZone, they probably don't have the AC Delco oil filter that you need for this car. The correct oil filter is the PF66. In fact, in my experience, they didn't have anything that would fit, so I had to order this special. I guess it's because it's just such a new car for 2020. You know, don't just assume they're going to have your oil filter and wait till the last minute. I went and ordered one a couple of weeks before I was planning on actually doing the oil change, but this is the replacement for the AC Delco PF66. And there you go, there's the number S45008. So one last footnote, when I was trying to determine how much oil it was going to take for the 4-cylinder engine, I wasn't able to find it readily in the owner's manual, so I started out refilling it with 4 quarts, and that did make it appear to be full. But of course, you know that we put a new oil filter in there, so there are spaces that have not filled with oil yet. So I cranked it up real quick and shut her back down, and then I added an additional quart. So now we got about 5 quarts of oil in there, and sure enough, that cranking it up took it down to where it wasn't showing anything on the dipstick. Adding the additional quart brought it right back to full. So it does take approximately a full 5 quarts of oil to fill the Cadillac CTS 2.0. I would imagine a 2.7 might be a little bit more.
So
Okay.
one last little footnote. I said earlier in there that you needed a 1/4 inch drive to take the drain plug out. That is incorrect. It's a 3/8 drive, but 3/8 drive ratchet. Just stick that baby in there and two little quick turns, and they're not very big turns, and the drain plug will drop right out. So good luck with your oil change.